And here we go. I'm John Renton with my review of NWA Powerrr Episode 41, Promo Heavy Edition, with some good storytelling in the matches. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, please. They're still at the chase, and apparently next week is Power Surge, so perhaps we will have a little bit of leftover footage from their chase tapings, and then we'll be right back in the Atlanta studios and see where the storylines progress. So, Joe Galli, Tim Storm, and Velvet Sky on commentary, and I'm surprised people... I don't think Velvet Sky was that bad on commentary this week. Maybe it's just because I've gotten to the point where I've kind of tuned her out. Joe Galli and Tim Storm are tremendous. Velvet was fine. She was fine considering, she was down here, so she was right about here, so she's barely treading water. But anyway, any improvement is an improvement nonetheless. So Trevor Murdoch is out there, and he calls out Nick Aldis, and they do a face-to-face and everything, and if you don't check out anything else from this show, check out this promo. Really, really good stuff. Really good face-to-face. Murdoch talks, Aldis talks. They go over their history, how they went to war the last few months, and the NWA 73 main event that was, it did deliver. It certainly delivered more than When Our Shadows Fall. And served its purpose as far as establishing Murdoch, as having to do every goddamn thing he could to beat Nick Aldis. And they went over their history as far as, Harley Race and everything, what Harley Race would think of both of them, how he would respect Nick Aldis doing everything he could to remain champion, and then Aldis carried himself, like a champion, and it was all, he did it with, honor and dignity, and even though when he kind of went to the dark side, he still did everything he could to get it, and, just keep it, 1,044 days, and then basically he gives him the floor as long as he promises to give it back, and Aldis talks about, in 2007 coming to Missouri and to learn from Harley Race and how Trevor Murdoch, who was a former WWE Tag Team Champion at the time, coming down when time off really wasn't, it's kind of a fucking premium, especially with the WWE schedule. I mean, wrestling in general, but given the touring schedule, especially back then, it was, absolutely brutal. And, Murdoch came down, and since he was a student of Harley Race, he talked to the students and everything, and Aldis never forgot that. Really emotional stuff. Very good. This is the kind of stuff I enjoy from the NWA when they let people go out and be real. Not be characters, not be caricatures, not be cartoonish. Just go out and be real people. This is what the NWA does pretty much better than, most promotions as far as just letting people be themselves. This was good stuff. And, he then mentions Harley's funeral and says to Murdoch, why aren't you wrestling? Come to Atlanta, be part of the NWA. We let men be men, we let them fight like men. We're men in tights, and now the song is stuck in your head like it's always stuck in mine. And that he's going to step away, let Murdoch be the guy and everything. Who knows when Aldis is going to come back. And he was very emotional. Now, I really hope this means Nick Aldis is not stepping away from the NWA. He obviously doesn't need to be champion again anytime soon, but he is a stalwart of the NWA and definitely a workhorse. Good stuff. Really good promo. Can't praise this enough. Really, really good stuff. Strong start. And then we get Jamie Stanley. I think I've mispronounced that name in the past. I apologize. And El Rudo, the Rude Dudes, taking on Stevens and Kratos. Tag tourney quarterfinal match. The question was, could Stevens and Kratos get back to the promised land? Well, they're one step closer to the edge, and they are not about to break because Stevens, even though he has had a bit of confidence issues, Kratos basically took over and got the win, and then was all fired up. I gotta say, Mae Valentine did the best, as far as like trying to keep, everything even and let people talk and stuff like that. Mae Valentine's a really good interviewer, and this was good. This was good stuff. Basically, what happens is Kratos finally just says, "Look, I appreciate you, Stevens, but you need to not be insecure. You're great. We can be great. We can get back, and win the tag team championships. We can do this. Let's be motivated." The most fired up promo that I've heard from Kratos, I'm not saying I've heard a lot, but this was really good stuff. Like, holy shit, this guy can talk like that. Good stuff. Really good. Strong stuff so far from this show. And then he did say grab the bull by the balls. That was a pretty funny line. We get James Storm and Judas facing off. We get Father James Mitchell, the Sinister Minister, if you will. And basically Storm says, hey, how about we have any kind of match you want, but I want your national title shot. And Mitchell says, well, we're not going to do that, but let's just have a match anyway because you're not going to get out of our way. What kind of match? Who the hell knows? We're probably going to find out in a few weeks. So he did call him a stupid redneck at one point, Mitchell. That was kind of funny. And then Molina's on commentary for Paola Blaze with Genocide. Change that name for the love of God. And Taryn doesn't need to be here, Terrell. Versus Marty Bell with Allison Kay in the corner. Basically, if Blaze or Genocide get a victory over either of the tag team champions, then they get a tag title shot. Okay, nice, easy stipulation. I'm going to say right now that Blaze has time to improve. Apparently, she just had her first match in like May or June of this year, so she's really in the beginning of her career. And she has, as far as like character work down, she has the fire and everything and the attitude. Marty Bell, clearly the veteran, leading this, and does get the victory with the pedigree variation 1, 2, 3. And then while Melina's on commentary, they cut back to that. Camille, she's 7 feet tall. I mean, I know she's not that tall, but she blindsides Melina. How does she sneak up on anybody? And beats her up and everything and leaves her laying because Melina had knocked Camille and saying, I prefer when she didn't talk. And Velvet has a funny line where, Melina, baby, are you okay? I don't know why that made me laugh. Maybe I'm just, getting to the point where I'm just starting to laugh at Velvet Sky's commentary. And then we get Pope D'Angelo De Niro, the Pope. I'm just going to call him the Pope because that's pretty much all he's called. And he's hitting on May Valentine. I don't blame him. And Colby Corino and JTG are also there. And basically it's about championship cash-ins. About the champion series that, well, I mean, it wasn't the best idea. Maybe it'll turn out to be okay, but it is what it is. When will he cash in on Murdoch? Time will tell. And May was upset at Colby even shoving him. You don't want to mess with May Valentine, especially somebody with that many tattoos. She can put up with a whole lot of pain. So anyway, she basically could beat his ass is what I'm saying. No, Colby's actually really good. May, she just was like, get the hell away from me. What are you doing? So they'll face Hawks, Aries, PJ, and Luke. And, well, then Chelsea Green and Kira Hogan show up. And Chelsea Green just screams into the camera, the hot mess that she is. And Kira Hogan basically says that she... she wants to talk to Mickey. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. You have not, gotten me off your mind. Hey, Mickey. That really didn't work at all. Oh, boy, is Kira Hogan wasn't happy with what Mickey James said, even though Mickey was praising her. But delusions. Maybe she's been hanging out with Chelsea too much. But that was where it started to get a little messy. And then it really got messy with Sion, Jeremiah Plunkett, and Jordan Clearwater. Not because of the talent. The talent's fine. But this was recorded earlier. It's a TV title quarter qualifier match. Well, actually, it's just a number 1 contenders match. And you had that Black G's guy, Austin Grandpa Idol, and also Danny Deals around ringside. And this was they tried. The pace was good. Sion did do a nice dive outside. And later, while G's is distracting, Idol punches Sion, the mystery man that apparently is no longer aligned with anybody, and Clearwater wins. Get Tyrus out of here. Just get him out of here. Get the TV title off of him. I know what they're doing. They're giving him a bunch of easy wins so he can get cash in his shot after get the Lucky 7 rule and cash in on Murdoch. The thing is I'm afraid that if they actually get Tyrus to that point, they're going to try to put the title on him, and it would be a mistake. I mean, I hope they wouldn't. But, yeah, Tyrus doesn't need to be there anymore. If he was motivated, fine, but he's not. And then we get Jax Dane and Crimson in a humiliation match, a slap fight. Bitch smack! And Murdoch is there to basically officiate this goddamn thing. And there's a chalk line, Crimson chalk line, and we get a slap from Dane where he, ha! And then we get Crimson going, ha! And then Dane's like, okay, I'm just going to punch you. And then security's going to try to stop us. And then everybody get in here. It's like that Harvey Birdman episode where, well... yeah, we get Latimer and Adonis coming down, and then Pope comes down. James Storm and Judas come down, and this whole thing just goes absolutely everywhere. Jax Dane does get in Murdoch's face because NWA championship lineage there. We could get a match there. I wouldn't mind seeing Dane versus Murdoch. But yeah, it was kind of a messy melee and everything, but it's a way for them to get out of the chase. We see what happens on Power Surge. I probably won't review that because it probably won't be worth it. We'll see what happens in a couple weeks. I don't know when they're going to have their tapings done. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.